everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie. I'm so glad you're here. If you have been here before, thanks for coming back. You're the best. And if you're new, welcome. Hi. I talk about all the things that I'm making on this channel. It has been a bit, so I have tons of things to show you. I don't know if you can see like a little bit of the heap over here. It's getting out of hand, so I figured I should come on before I have an absolute mountain and show you guys what I've got going on. If you'll remember, last time I was talking about some of the gifts I'm trying to get ready for Christmas. It's kind of that time of year where I start thinking about what I'm gonna make for everybody, and I've gotten a few of them done. I've made some progress. I won't show everything because they're presents and, you know, we'll be a little secret Santa about it. So, you know, I'll show you what I can and it'll be good. So first things first, this is not a gift. I was making it for, I opened an Etsy shop to sell some of the things I make. People, for as long as I've been making things, have asked why I don't sell those things, because it's hard to find things like that if you don't know someone that can quilt or knit or, you know, make toys. So everyone's always going, why don't you sell this? You could, you know, sell this easily. And I always say it's because while people do value the item, like they see that baby blanket and they think it's great, not everyone is willing to pay for the labor that takes. Like, I can't make something as detailed and as handcrafted as I want. It doesn't take time. So if you go on Etsy and search for, like, say, a doll, you're gonna find things that are simpler, that are easier to do in large quantities or quickly if someone wants, you know, something specific. So there is a niche there that doesn't have a lot of people making them, but that's because it's harder to get someone to pay for the weeks that it takes to make an item. So put the shop up. It's not like I'm relying on that income or anything. I just thought I would try and see if anyone is interested in the kinds of things that I make. If not, then at least I tried it and I have an actual answer when people ask now. Because it's been a long time and I get asked that a lot, so we'll know now if it will pan out or not. And I hope people like the things I put in there. I think they're neat. They're just, labor is expensive. It takes a long time. So I'll show you one of the things that I put in that store that, again, I haven't seen anywhere else on Etsy. So we'll see if people like it. It is another topsy-turvy doll, which if you watched the very first episode, I was showing the doll I made where it was Goldilocks on one end and then you flip it over and you have Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and the baby bear. And like the dress kind of hides the other end of the doll. So you have, you know, multiple dolls in one, which is super fun. And I got the pattern from Storybook Toys, which is a book that I love. I've probably made, I don't know, a dozen things from it. It's so good. Even if you don't have a ton of skill, like there are simpler projects, you can work your way up. And there's a lot of info in them that I think is great. I hope you guys can't hear my husband working in one shop on this side. He's like sawing away. But it was absolutely quiet unless he's doing that, so I thought it'd be a good time to fit it in. So forgive us if you hear his saw. He's making something great, I'm sure. We're a crafty bunch. Okay. Anyway, for this doll, I chose Cinderella. So you have her on one side. Can you see in her like more cinder, you know, phase? So you can see I embroidered the face. Let's see if I can get that to focus right. Come on, see her face. Oh, camera, you're betraying me. There we go. And then I also added like some little patches on her skirt. I added some cinders, so she's got, you know, some, she's not pristine. She's been working hard, right? She's got her rag, she's good to go. And then you flip her over and you get like fancy Cinderella, girls night out Cinderella. So see, like this is her other half. Same face. Let me see if I can get it to focus. I gave her like a little bit of blue at the eye. I found this trim for her hair. And yeah, the hair was hard on this one. She also has a little slipper. So much glitter, you guys. So much glitter. Every time I even looked at that fabric, it like exploded. I was picking it off the carpet for weeks. it was a lot. Glitter is serious business. I'll probably steer clear of it in the future. But anyway, for the hair, I used like a worsted weight, which I wish I had found a bulkier one, but it's really hard to find the right colors that you want with a texture that doesn't look like too weird. So anyway, when it's a thinner yarn, you have to put more and more and more on, which can get pretty bulky and like messy, or you leave a bunch of holes, which no one wants. So it was a battle, but I think she's super cute. Right? She turned out really good. The pattern itself is really weird in the bodice, where it's like 2 inches larger than it needs to be. And by the time I closed it, it was a mess. So I think if I make it again, I might try and tweak it a bit. Like, she's obviously the pro at this, but it just wasn't working the way I wanted. So maybe I'll get creative next time and do something. I thought of making another one. The next one would be mermaid. So one side would be, you know, human mermaid lady, and you flip it over and you can see her with, like, you know, her chest, and then on the dress portion you could put coral or fish and like a little fin maybe, so you could kind of, I don't know, give that feel of mermaid fun with the dress. I don't know, we'll see. It's in my head. You guys will be the first to know if I actually figure out how to execute it. I just thought that was neat. I hadn't seen it, so I thought that one was fun. Topsy-turvy dolls are awesome. I didn't even know about them until recently, so it shows how much I know. Not much. And then I also got into this new kind of doll I saw on Instagram, I think. It's called a Blythe doll, where they're manufactured. They're like plastic, and people take their faces apart and like sand the faces, add all this like realistic color and texture, paint, whatever, and you make them look way more lifelike. They're like super posable. People make really intricate clothes and like designs for them. They are awesome. If you're just looking for something fun on Instagram to like add to your feed, hashtag Blythe was like, it's so fun to see what people make. Recommend. But anyway, I thought, well, I want to try that because it's easier than making an embroidered face. That takes so long. It takes so long, guys, to like make hair and embroider eyes and all of that. I do it on my dolls because I feel like if you paint them, which I see a lot of people do, especially on Etsy, where again, you're trying to make something quicker, I feel like over time that would crack or like wear badly or rub off. And if I'm gonna make something that takes that long, I want it to be something that lasts. So like, I could give it to my child, and then my child could give it to their child. This doll isn't going anywhere. I think it's heirloom worthy, I guess. So Blythe was like a different way to play with doll making that wasn't building it from scratch. So I did make one. It's also in my Etsy shop. I already have it packed away, so I'm not gonna grab her out, but I like knit her little outfit. She was very Halloween-esque, which I thought was fun. But I did start another one, and I'm gonna make Harry Potter. I think my boys got on me because they wanted something that they could play with upstairs, and we don't have any male dolls really. My youngest has a baby doll, but I don't make dolls for them really, just other toys. So they wanted a doll, and I thought, well, I could make a Harry Potter doll. We just went to Universal, and so they're like obsessed. But I'll show you the face. I haven't put him back together, so you can see this is like just his face. But here, let's see if I can get him to. So can you see the eyes? There's like a whole mechanism. Let me see if he'll actually focus. There he is. So like I've sanded his face and added like freckles and the lips and eyebrows and all of that on him. Most people paint the eyebrows a fun color. I just added some Gryffindor colors because I thought that was fun. But the eye actually changes. Let me see if I can get it to click. So I don't know if you heard that, but you have like this position, and then you would click it. It's easier with the strings. And then the eyes change. So a lot of people put different color eyes, and they have the 4 directions that it can look. I chose all green eyes because, of course, Harry Potter's an actual character you're trying to recreate. The other doll I made had other color eyes. So like I put those chips in. It's just a really it's a neat thing. You can individualize like the 1000th degree, which was fun. So I'm gonna make him a Mrs. Weasley sweater because he needs that. And then the body, I'll show you. So here's like the doll body. I actually had to, you know, make it a more male body. They come with quite the female structure. So I took that off and then I gave him a little wand. You guys see that? Matt had to help like drill through the hand, but you know, it's just a toothpick. I think it's so fun. Once he's all put together, I'll show you guys because I've got, you know, the crazy hair, and I made him a head wig to sit on his shoulder. I think I'm going to try and do like a magnet at the bottom of head wig and then like in the shoulder so he'll like sit right. I'll show you how. I needle felted the apple. Isn't that cute, you guys? Ah! I know I talked about needle felting before, but there's the saw again. I hope he's making something good for me. We'll see. I've got like a list of 4 things I need from him, and he's always working on something else. I love him. So this was the little needle felted owl. It's so easy. Needle felting was it's simple. I don't know if you guys have tried it or if you're looking for something fun to do, but there are kits that cost pretty much nothing, and it took no like before knowledge or actual, you know, skill that you have to learn. You just keep poking until it's like the shape and density that you want. Super easy. So very fun. I thought that was neat. So that's like the other doll I'm working on. I hope you guys like it. I think it's gonna turn out really cute. I'm just waiting for a few pieces to come. I ordered like all of it from China, so it's gonna take forever. But that's why we do it early. I'm thinking maybe a few gifts for Christmas will be those kind of dolls. I think they're super fun to play with. There's like 1,000 different outfits. It's gonna be, if I liked dolls, which I'm not like a doll person. I know I make all these dolls, but I don't have, you know, dolls sitting everywhere. When I was younger, we collected porcelain dolls. I don't know if your mom did that to you, with you. I don't know which is the right way to say that, but I had a lot, like all around the room. Maybe that's some secret part of me, like, remember when dolls were a thing? I just think they're fun to make, so I keep giving them to everyone around me because I don't keep them. Yeah, fun. Anyway, moving on. Last time we talked about a romper I was gonna make. I actually started that. I'm like 70% done, and then I set it down, which is such a mistake, you guys. Never put it down until it's done, because I started something else, of course, and then you have to go back and figure out where the heck you were. I don't know why I do it. It's decades later and I'm still shooting myself in the foot. So, as your friend, don't put it down and finish it. You were that close. Ah. But I was talking about that blanket I made with a giant knot ball, right? Do you remember? It was like a little triangle and then the ball of yarn. And while we were finishing soccer, I just knit on this thing like the wind. I mean, oh, it was such a fun project. I'll show you the whole blanket. Again, this was just minis that I got. They're Harry Potter minis from last year's Advent. It was Yarn Cafe Creations and her daughter, who runs Dragon Horde Yarn, and I ordered their Advent. They make great yarns. I would recommend them so much, but this was super fun. I'll try and stand up so you can see. Look how big it is. I did make it bigger than the pattern really calls for you to use 24, which is pretty standard for Advent calendars, where you get 24 minis, you know, one for each day of December. Yay. And I just kind of added other things in because, one, I want a bigger blanket. I don't want a tiny lap thing, so I wanted more. And it really doesn't matter how much you add on. I could have gone on for infinity. I mean, I guess you could make like a king size throw if you want to, but anyway, I think it's so fun. It's got little eyelets. Can you see like every few rows? And I just kept putting on minis until I had it as big as I wanted. It was so nice. The pattern's like easily memorizable, so I didn't have to carry around like a paper or keep losing my place or counting anything. You just went. And it was literally the same all the way to the center of the blanket, which is like 350 yards worth of yarn for me. I did weigh it so I would know when I reached halfway of my knot ball, so I could like start decreasing instead. But it was just, you know, you're doing one thing all that way and then you switch and you decrease the whole other half of the blanket. So enjoyable. If you are new to knitting or are thinking about doing something, you're just bored and want like a really calming, fun knit, I loved it. I was sad when it finished, which is like the best kind of project. That doesn't always happen where you're just ready to have something done. I was like sad. It was like a good book that ended before I was ready. You know how those are. So like I said, I loved it so much. It's the Habitation Throw. I'm sorry for not saying it. By Helen Barnes, I think. I got mine on Ravelry. The pattern, lovely. And I liked it so much, I made another knot ball. That's the kind of crazy I am. But it was so fun. And the boys were arguing over who would get to use it. So I was like, well, I'll just make another one and then they don't have to share because I'm a lunatic. So I made another knot ball, right? Oh my gosh. It's fun. It takes a whole day just to make the ball. I'm not lying. Because you have to unravel every single thing and time to get, oh my gosh. So that's like a part of the process. Don't get me wrong, it takes some time. But it is somehow like, it's fun to make the knot ball. But anyway, I started it again. Can you see? We're doing it again. And these were all like autumn colors here at the beginning, so I'm really on theme for fall, which just makes you feel good when you're knitting in like that brisk outside. So good. But anyway, I can't recommend it enough. It was so fun. You guys are gonna love it as I keep going. I know I chose some really fun skeins that I had. Again, I think this is all Dragon Horde yarn. Those are hers. And it was based on the book A Court of Thorn and Roses. I don't know if you've read that. It was fun. And as you're knitting, you just get to like, oh, that's this color, and you feel extra nerdy and fun, as I do. That was good. And then, again, it's been so long, you guys. I'm sorry. I have so much stuff over here. It's endless. I also started socks for my husband. He really likes hand-knitted socks. It's unfortunate because socks take a bit, and especially a men's foot, which is even bigger, and you're like, oh, really? But anyway, it's just a simple, like, ribbed sock. He chose this color. It was Sock Obsession yarns, I think, called Social Distancing. I don't know if you can see he really likes it. So I think it's gonna be a really pretty sock. I just wanted something to do on the plane, so I was knitting on that. It's always weird knitting in public because, you know, there's not a lot of us out here and people are always staring. Then I feel like more of a nerd because they're trying to figure out what the heck you're doing and then why you're doing it. So several people commented like, what are you making? I hope I converted like 4 more people. Knit things, it's fun. You can take it anywhere. Just trying to grow our ranks, guys. You're welcome. There will be more of us due to me never putting it down. I knit everywhere. I'm sorry. It's sad. If you remember Luna from last time, I had a few last things that I wanted to add to her. So I'll show you how she finished up. I think it's awesome. So I will show you. I got, here she is again for those of you that didn't see last time. Ta-da! Isn't she so cute? She's got like her butterbeer cork necklace, dirigible plum earrings, as you do, owl underwear. This was like someone hand spun this yarn and gave me like a tiny bit, and I use those for her socks. She's so cute. So anyway, that's her. And then I finished up her Mrs. Weasley sweater, which again, I don't have a pattern for this. I just kind of made it, you know, to fit because I have it right here. It's my own thing to figure out. So like I made her little sweater. Oh, you guys, is that not adorable? That's why I like making tiny things. That's all it is. It's not dolls necessarily. I just want to make little things. Anybody else? Miniature is cuter. I don't know why. My mom finished the wand. God love her. She made probably 4 of these, trying to figure out the best one. I know where I get it. Let's just say that. And so she made this beautiful little wand, which she actually made to look like Luna's wand if you went to, say, Universal and bought Luna's wand, which you should go tomorrow. It was awesome. But anyway, she tried to actually replicate that in miniature, which she succeeded. It is lovely. I'm gonna make it so she can hold it, of course, like I did with Hermione, by adding like a little elastic that you can slide it in. It's very cute and fun. And I made a little pygmy puff. That's in her. I got this from Etsy and filled it with all the things I made for her, because it all had to go somewhere. So I've got, you know, her scarf in there and her quibbler. I made a little chocolate frog, guys. Do you see? There's a little frog in there. Not my face. I wish you could say like some kind of Alexa command and get it to focus on what you actually want. Anyway, it's a tiny frog made of clay. It's awesome. You'll just have to trust me because my camera won't cooperate. Sorry. But yeah, it's so cute. All of it, and just sits by my Harry Potter books, which is fun and makes me happy. Made her a quill. It's just kind of whatever occurred to me that day. It was just fun to be creative, like in a totally different direction for no reason. Just because it made you happy. Sometimes we get in like ruts when you're making things where you get sick of maybe making a quilt over and over, or the same baby blanket, I don't know. So sometimes it's nice to like shoot off randomly into something new or weird or serves no purpose other than to make you go, that was fun. Tiny things are fun. You heard it here. Try tiny things. And then I also finished that gift. I told you guys I bought cashmere yarn for the first time. It felt so good to knit with that yarn. Oh man, so soft. I wish you could like reach through and feel it. I made these mittens. These are the Arched Gusset mittens by Purl Soho. It's a free pattern. Just worsted weight yarn, I think, is what you need. Really fun to make. Like, there wasn't a lot of work. You didn't have to come back and pick anything up. You just made it as you went, like this gusset, which I had not done before. Super fun. And they are so soft. It's like a dream. They're supposed to be presents, and I'm super tempted to try and find something else to give because they're so nice. But yeah, what was the bummer is it took one skein plus like 10 grams. I mean, I could not have finished it without that second skein, but now I have almost an entire second skein. It's a bit of a pain to figure out how to use that. I'm hoping that the other one I'm making these again, is this smaller size, and if I can fit that with that last bit of yarn, then I can actually make 4 pairs of mittens, and that'd be great. So we'll see. Wish me luck. I haven't picked them up again since I made these, because I don't know, I'm not a factory. I'm not making like 15 mittens at a time. So I made these, high-fived myself, and moved on. So I will make more when I feel like it before Christmas. There's so much to make and so many days to do it, so you gotta fit that in when you feel like it. I feel like when I try and make things that I'm not feeling, I get nowhere. It just takes forever anyway. And then last but not least, these balls of yarn fell in the back of my room. I started this blanket, I think in 2019, because I fell in love with this yarn, which, if you don't remember, this is Purl Soho's linen quill. Can you see like the bits of linen? Focus. You see, it's like, oh, it feels so nice to use. It's got like the most beautiful texture and like weight in the hand. I love it. Every time I make something with it, I just want to make more. Every color is nice. Like, this whole row of like shelving you can see right here, 4 out of 5 of those are full of this yarn. I have tons of colors. I use it all the time. It's what I made that Mrs. Weasley sweater in. Like, it's my go-to. plug-in yarn because it's so good. I love it. So good. But anyway, I bought this blanket bundle from Purl Soho using that yarn because it's my true love and I couldn't resist. But I got stuck. This blanket, I love it so much, but it is a slog. It's a slog to make because one, it's a blanket, which depending on how large it is, takes a long time to get even across one row, right? Like, and then you have to go back. It's a lot. So if you're not liking it, it can drag. Which is what's nice about that Habitation Throw, I think, is because you're coming from the corner. So like a lot of the blanket, you don't feel like you're doing those giant rows, right? Because you're going this way, and then kind of that middle part feels that way, and then you go back down. So it's less mentally like weighty. But this blanket, you're just going back and forth all the way. And then it has this large, I don't know if you can see. Okay, so here's the blanket. You kind of like, you hold two together and you change colors as you go. And you can see how far I've gotten. So far, you guys. But anyway, I got stuck in this blue section, which was like 10 inches long, and I just put it away for 2 years. It sat in timeout for being annoying. Even though it's lovely. So I finally picked it back up. And I've been busting on it. I'm like 10 inches from the end, on the other end, which is so nice. Let me see if you can get like a better picture of it. Isn't it so pretty? Right? It's called Nature's Palette. Nature's Palette blanket. Again, I think the pattern's free. Yeah, I bought the bundle because I like this yarn, but you could do it with any yarn you want. It was so fun. And I'm almost done. But this stitch pattern, let me see if I can get you good. Can you see it? It has like the most lovely texture, but to make it, you go knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, all the way across, and you go purl, knit, all the way across. It takes so long to switch between the stitches over and over. But I like the blanket so much, I'm doing it anyway. Just don't expect me to ever make a blanket with this texture again. I'm done. We're breaking up after this. Yeah. You know what we should do. But I'll show you guys, hopefully finished next time, what it looks like. It's gonna be good. And yeah, it's empty over there. You see, we did it. We made it to the bottom of the things I've been doing. So much stuff, but it was fun. I hope you guys are like having an amazing fall. It's been so pretty here until today, which is like a misty, rainy mess outside, but it's honestly nice. It's kind of like a break from this weird Indian summer we've had. I love it. When it starts getting chilly outside, it's the best. I like it. So I hope you're having an awesome fall and are making something amazing. And yeah, I hope you guys had fun on this one. I told you I had so much. I hope you think I did. I don't know how I could have made more. It's been a lot, but so good. So yeah, comment below if you're doing something awesome. I want to know. Tell me what you're making. Like, maybe I need to make it too. I'm sure it's great. You know, you always make great stuff. I know you do. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Come back next time. I'm sure I'll have other things and show you the ending of some of these things. And yeah, just keep being awesome like we are. Bye, guys.